Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's try to get some wins with this team here. We're going to be starting off with the Azumarill paired with the Wigglytuff and the Charjabug in the back. So we get met with the Primeape in the front. They switch out into their Dugong. We're going to go into our Charjabug. We do get to this move on the same time, so we do get the discharge to fire off. They do decide to shield it. And you can see right here, they're going to go for their move. We're going to shield as well because we want to maintain alignment. Here, we're going to throw this discharge on timing again. We actually are able to tie them again. Discharge goes through, gets them into the red. Here, we're going to tank this Icy Wind now, and we're going to look for a farm down. Oh, unable to get the farm down. We have to fire off this X-Scissor in order to take out this Dugong. Now we're going to be able to win that switch. So here we allow the Charjabug to go down. Now we have to come back in with the Azumarill versus the Primeape. They get switched out into the Greedent. Here we're going to have to tank a move. Let's see what they end up going for. They go for the Trailblaze. Trailblaze gets revealed. Then we're going to switch out immediately into our Wiggly. Wiggly here is chunking away at this Greedent. They do go for a Body Slam. Does a good amount of damage, but we know that we can survive another one just based on what the damage was on the last move. Here we're going to allow them to get this Body Slam to go up, but we shield it, and then we're going to throw this Icy Wind immediately. When they switch back into their Primeape here, they decide to let it go, and we do get a huge amount of damage right there. We know that they're debuffed, so we know that these are not going to be that much. So we're going to keep on farming. Do we decide to go for undercharge here, or do we decide to go for the farm down? They do get the attack boost. However, we are going to go for the farm down so we can have as much energy as possible. We have to get to 2 moves. Ice Beam gets thrown, and we're going to go for another one. We do get to the other Ice Beam, so GG's to our opponents. Able to win that game with the tanky Azumarill. The Azumarill here is running the Ice Beam Hydro Pump version, so a little bit of different variant here. Luckily, we were running Ice Beam so that we were able to get to 2 moves, and that was the only way we win that game. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Azumarill versus the Shadow Feraligatr. Okay, this is favorable for the Feraligatr if they start investing shields, because we don't have player up, but they don't know that. So we're gonna build up energy, save that energy, switch out into our Wigglytuff. We are gonna have to tank this Hydro Cannon, but we want to try to get this Feraligatr as low as possible. Okay, they actually elect to throw another move, and we're gonna shield here and look for the farm down, so we do get rid of this Feraligatr. Our opponent here ends up having the Altaria in the back. Having an Altaria versus this Wiggly here, favorable for us. We do fire off the Icy Wind. Icy Wind does get them to debuff, and we are able to just farm them down. So GG's to our opponent. Probably like a fighter or another dragon type in the back right there. And that Wiggly just coming in clutch. Just being a menace to their backline. Okay, next game. We got the Azumarill versus the Skarmory. Okay, the Skarmory here versus our Azumarill. We do have the Hydro Pump. Let's see if they end up going for the Brave Bird immediately. We farm up to a Hydro Pump and we throw the Ice Beam. They decide to just let it go because they know they can survive any move. They're gonna go for a Sky Attack. It does a good chunk of damage, and now we're just gonna continue building up energy. This is potential Brave Bird. Okay, they do decide to go for the Brave Bird. Okay, so they go for the KO. Then they decide to switch out into the Goodra, and we're going to counter swap, and we have the Wiggly for this Goodra. We're looking for the farm down. Let's see if we get the full farm down. Yes, we do. And they're most likely going to come back in with their Skarmory. Skarmory does get revealed again. We're going to throw this Icy Wind. We do get a shield from the Skarmory. So that gives you an indication maybe this Wiggly is pretty good against our backline. But we think that we're going to save 2 shields with the Charjabug because we do get a farm down. 2 shield Charjabug is going to be enough. Yes, it is, because they do have Shadow Poliwrath in the back. Shadow Poliwrath is going to be weak to that Wiggly, so that's why they were shielding it, but also pretty weak against our Charjabug as well. So yeah, this team is kind of interesting. Get the Azumarill paired up with the Wiggly, but the Charjabug kind of tops it off quite well against all the weaknesses of Azumarill. So here we got the Water Gun Lantern. Water Gun Lantern, you can see, is doing a lot of neutral damage towards this Wiggly. We are going to throw this Disarming Voice to try to get some big damage, but they decided to shield. Oh man. They decided to shield just to potentially farm us down. So we're going to have to switch up our strategy and go into our Charjabug here for a potential farm down. Because it has so much energy, we didn't want that energy to be thrown at our Azumarill. Here, we're going to shield the first one here. Or we're going to shield the next Surf. And now we're going to come out with a ton of energy. Oh man, that is unfortunate right there, because we are going to get absolutely annihilated. Let's see if they end up shielding or letting this go. They decide to let it shield it, so they're going to be able to farm us down. We do have a move on our Charjabug. We're firing it off immediately. Do we get this Victory Bell out of here? No, unfortunately, the Shadow Victory Bell survives the X-Scissor. That is insane. So we decided to shield right there so that we can have enough health to fire off another move. This Dragonite has to go down. Unfortunately, that is also able to survive. That is crazy. Both the Shadow Dragonite and the Shadow Victory Bell able to survive both the moves from the Charjabug. So unfortunate. Yeah, that was just a little bit of a bad alignment. We had the Wigglytuff switch in. They didn't switch out into their Victory Bell, so then it allowed their Lantern to take us really low. We didn't want to come back in with the Azumarill, but it doesn't matter because they had great alignment at that point. All right, here we have a good lead. They switch out into the Vigoroth, so we're going to switch into our Wiggly. The Wiggly here is going to be able to tank the first move. We're just looking to try to do as much charm damage as possible. We did sneak in another charm, so we're going to shield here, and then we're looking to try to get the charm down, and unfortunately unable to charm down, so we're going to have to invest double shields here. We know that they have that Talonflame still, so most likely going to see the Talonflame. Oh, they actually switch it up on us. They have Umbreon. Umbreon here is going to have to tank the Disarming Voice. They switch out immediately into their Talonflame. This is where we have the Azumarill. We needed to make this alignment because our backline is terrible against this Talonflame. We do decide to, we don't have any choice, but we tank the Fly. But now we know that they probably only have Fly and Flame Charge, so we should be able to survive this next move. Okay, there's the other Fly, and then we're looking to either get this last shield or we're going to get the KO. They decided to double shield as well, so just like that, we get the shields back into our situation. And okay, they switch out, and we have the Charjabug for this Umbreon. The Umbreon here is going to be able to fire off a Foul Play. We're going to farm up just a little bit here, and we're going to get to this X-Scissor. X-Scissor will be able to deal super effective damage. Doesn't quite KO, and we're going to have to tank this move now. This is going to be getting us into potential farm down range. But you can see right here, the Talonflame already had a move. They're going to fire off the Fly to take out our Charjabug. They win the CAP time, and they had double. The Talonflame had double Fly, and we are unable to fire off that last move. They were winning CAP type both times. GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.